I've always said that if you want to hear the truth about your character, ask your wife. Judy sees a lot more than I think, and that's all for the good.
In this video, I'm asking questions about a part of Larry's life where he will be seen as anything but good.
In other words, it was something that visibly brought out the worst in me and what I did about it.
There was somebody else involved who deserves much of the credit, as you will see. Thank you for joining us today. I seem to recall that you have another story about somebody who brought you to task on certain behavior which was incorrect. And I'd like you to just expound on how you dealt with that situation.
Okay, it was on the tennis court, and a dear brother that I used to play with quite often, he stopped me at a certain point and he said, "Larry, your temper is very bad. It's dishonoring to God to have you blow your temper whenever you lose a point. And there are people who are watching playing golf around us as we're playing tennis, and they notice you doing that."
Were you aware that people were watching you?
No, I really wasn't, because when you get in a strop, you don't notice what's around you. That's one of the difficult parts of having a bad temper.
Okay, and when he brought it to light, how did you feel inside of your heart? Were you angry that somebody had criticized you?
I wasn't at the time, because this is a very close friend, and I knew that he loved me. So I knew that he wouldn't stop me and say something like that unless there was a real problem. So he had earned my trust.
Okay, so you were not threatened
No, not at all.
by what he said to you?
No.
Did he have a solution to how to fix the problem?
Well, he proposed something to me, and he asked me if I was in agreement to do it. He said, "Every time you start getting angry, I know you well now, I know when you're going to start getting angry. How about if I stop you and we stop play, we go sit on the bench for a minute, and we pray, and then we go back into our match. Will you allow me to do that each time?" And I said, "Yeah, let's do it." Now, the upshot of that was that I found I got angry less and less until I didn't get angry at all anymore.
There was an emotion that kicked in at that point, which, you know, the Bible talks to us about the godly gifts of patience, love, kindness, and everything. Can you tell me of the day that you suddenly noticed that your anger was gone, and how it affected you with regards to him?
Well, I can't tell you a specific day. I just noticed over time that I stopped getting angry, and I started watching him and seeing what a beautiful athlete he was, and how his shots were really good. It wasn't just me. And also, I just felt set free from something that should have never been there in the first place.
Okay, so the point of all that, the reason why I was teasing that story out, was the fact that in the one instance, Larry was focused on being inward looking. I can't have my way. I want the tennis match. And he was not looking at his friend, who was an equally good athlete, but because Larry was focused on himself, he could not see the good that was in the person he was playing with. And I think it's important to have an outward-looking approach rather than an inward one.
Yes, and it started with, when you're wrong, admit it.
Yeah. It's a bad example when athletes display fits of temper when losing a point in a match, when it wasn't going their way.
No, I sure agree with you, Judy, but I felt ashamed that I had the same problem, and it was such a blessing to be free of that bad temper that I had on the tennis court.
On another note, ladies, how do you like seeing your husband with regards to clothes, personal hygiene, and general appearance?
You think it doesn't matter? It really does, as you'll see by these upcoming interviews.
Next week, we'll start a new series on Chapter 12 entitled Physical Appearance.
God bless, and we'll see you then.